Hello everyone, my name is Justin and welcome back to the New York Islanders GM Mode series. It's been a little while here. I couldn't record for a while. I do want to ask that you subscribe to the channel. Please leave comments in the comment section for a Q&A that I'll eventually do if the questions add up. Ask me anything. Doesn't mean I'll answer it, but ask me anything. So we're going to get right back into this. We're here at the trade, or not the trade deadline, I'm an idiot. We're here at free agency, and let's just see what we got going on here. I offered some people some contracts. How do I approach? Okay, I offered this guy. I'm a prospect, and this guy a prospect, and I offered Ben Bishop 2 years, $6 million a year, hoping that he gets back up to 88 overall. So I asked you guys, what should we do with Johnny Boychuk? And a lot of people were saying I should sign Nurse, but I'm gonna get rid of Boychuk somehow. I don't think buying him out makes much sense. That would take, I think, 8 years, at $2 billion a year or something like that. We looked at that. As of right now, we have 7 defensemen as it is. Theodore's going to turn into something good. So let's look at Boychuk. He's 34, so he's not exactly old yet. He'll be serviceable for like 2 years at least. But $6 million, 4 years left on his contract. I've seen him at 36 years old and still at 87 overall in other GM modes. He's still got the 5-star defense. But it doesn't make sense to trade him for like a first-round pick or something, because we're essentially just going to dump his contract, where we trade him with something worth trading for almost nothing. I mean, some examples of this I can think of: Brian Bickle, they threw in Teuvo Teravainen and only got a second-round pick back, when Teravainen himself is worth more than a second-round pick. Milan Michalek, Colin Greening, or whatever the heck his name is. Toronto did a lot of that last year. They were taking on people's contracts with some incentive for almost next to nothing. So I'm going to first off, no one's going to take $6 million, but they might take $5 million. We're going to find a team that either is not in a good spot or has the cap space and is going to have the cap space for a while. So Arizona had $22 million. New Jersey, $17 million. Vancouver, $25 million, and they're going to suck for a long time. Their defense isn't very good. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to suck for a long time, unfortunately. So this makes sense. But they don't want Boychuk, so that's... Let's see if maybe Arizona does. No. Let's see if... Who had $17 million? Okay, so New Jersey doesn't either. So we're going to go to Vancouver. He could actually play a good role there for a year or two. We got to throw in some incentive here. I don't know what that's going to be. Either a prospect or a pick, but I want to save a first round pick for next year, because I am going to see if I can do something. So Bracco is an option. He's a playmaker, and I don't like playmakers in the bottom 6 that much, and I don't see him becoming a top 6 guy, so he's an option, Jeremy Bracco. But it is nice to have a center prospect. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Left wing, none of these guys are going. Anders Lee, but he's not really incentive. This Dion guy, but he's going to be a good player maybe. Joshua Hosang, it could be that guy. Still could turn into something, but he's 22 and only 75, and I just don't see him turning into what we want. Southam. Or... I think we're going to have to part ways with Hosang. So we're giving them Hosang. And probably a draft pick too, why don't we? We'll give him Hosang and Bracco. I'm trying to make this realistic. Like, they wouldn't just trade for Hosang. He's 22 years old and isn't NHL ready yet. So we're giving him 2 prospects. And all we're going to take back is a second round pick. You could say I'm paying too much, but maybe I am, but I'm trying to make this realistic. So they're taking on $5 million for the next 4 years. So we're saying, okay, you take on this contract, we'll give you 2 not high prospects, but 2 decent prospects, and you just give us a second round pick back. That makes sense to me. They're obviously going to take it. So now we have $14 million. The next thing I want to address is a top 2 defenseman, but I said there's none on the market really. Which is why I said maybe we can trade for a top 2 prospect defenseman who's almost NHL ready, or is NHL ready, but not a top 2 defenseman yet. So is what I'm looking for is a team that has already a solid defensive core. Like, these guys could work. We can get Chicharin. Nah, they might want to use him though. So I'm going to look around the league, and I'll get back to you guys once I find the right guy. Okay, I think I found our guy here. Max Lajoie. I wanted a right-hander, but there really isn't any. From Washington. Now, why does this make sense for Washington? He's not quite NHL ready. And if they're going to win the cup, they're going to do it soon, first off. They got a top 4. Bowie's going to even grow. They got the top 6 here. And besides Rundblad, which I expect him to re-sign, so that leaves no spot for LaJoy next year at least, unless they don't re-sign Rundblad. But they're going to want to win the cup soon. I mean, look at some of their guys. They have young guys, but Oshie, 31. Ovechkin's 32. 30. So they're going to want to win in the next 2 or 3 years. And if we can help them do that, then that would make sense, I think. So in helping them do that, we're going to give them a defenseman that would really make them one of the best defensive teams in the league. I heard people saying Nick Leddy in the comments, but I don't know if I want to do that because he's an offensive defenseman, 4 years, and I like offensive defensemen. They help your forwards get higher stats. I was thinking Travis Hamonic. The problem is he doesn't have a lot of trade value. But I'm not a huge fan of defensive defensemen, is the thing. They want Hamonic, so that helps. I want to give them our first. I don't want to get in the habit of trading first round picks. But I have to this year. So we're going to have to take someone back. And my dog is snoring obnoxiously loud. And I'm going to have to go wake him up or he's going to be super annoying. Okay. Dog taken care of. So let's see. Who's got 1 year left? Daniel Winnick. We can eat his contract. So that's not going to go through as it is. So why does this make sense? A. Hamonic in real life wanted a trade, never got it. So maybe he wants his deal. They want to win the cup this year. We're giving them a good defenseman to help with that. We're going to have to throw in something else here. Vancouver second, so that leaves us with just a second, third, I hate to do this, but I think, okay, they still don't want that. That's great. What about one of these two guys? Defensive defenseman. I don't even like them. 20 at only 65 overall. Come on. Okay. They're making this harder than I thought it would be. What about Jolie? Boom, okay. I gave up more than I wanted to. But this is shaping our team for the future here. But we need a replacement for defense this year because we still want to be a competitive team. So we're going to sign either Schutz or Nurse. Probably Nurse, he's younger. I realize once La Hoy... Oh, shoot, he's restricted, isn't he? Yeah, I don't want to sign him then. So do we get Mike Green for 2 years? Or do we get Justin Schutz? Mike Green could help us out. Because he's going to be, we get him for 2 years. Although he's 3.5 star, which is a problem. What if we just sign him to like 1 year, $8 million? Just to fill in the gap because La Hoy's not ready for the NHL. Although, after free agency, La Hoy might be ready. So then, maybe we don't sign any. Let's look at our D here. One, two. I'm going to get some hate, but I don't think I'm going to sign any defensemen. Because if La Hoy's NHL ready, I want him to play next year. So our D might be a little weak next year, but I think it's best that we don't sign someone. I'm going to be getting lots of hate from the media, but GM Justin doesn't sign a defenseman. So this year might not be good. I'm hoping we can always trade deadline, get someone, or get someone beginning of the year. Justin Schutz might not even get signed. Okay, he gets signed. We got that C. Nelson guy if we need to. But I think we'll be fine, honestly. Our D-core wasn't exactly great last year. We got rid of Hamonic and Boychuk, yeah, but we got young guys. There comes a time in an organization where young guys have to step up. You see that with Chicago. Each year, essentially, you see that with Chicago, where they have to get rid of someone like Patrick Sharp, or they get rid of someone, Andrew Shaw now, Brandon Saad. I know those guys are younger themselves, but now it comes a time where even younger people have to step up. Is Nick Schmaltz going to step up for Chicago? What defensemen are going to step up? You know, it comes a time where that has to happen. We have $9.9 million. Yeah, we could get someone, but then we'll just have overcrowding, and some young guys aren't going to reach their potential. I don't think we have the necessary picks to offer Nurse a contract unless he wants low. But let's just see what the team looks like. We'll get the team ready for next year. We'll probably sim about a month, and that'll be the end of this video. It might be longer. But NHL 17 is right around the corner, and I want to get 10 years done with this team. Probably won't happen. Bishop's still 85. Okay, we're paying him way too much money then, but He's still got 4.5 stars and everything, so that should be fine. Tremblay looks like he's ready to be the backup this year. Huh. Maybe those two should play down here. Maybe we should just keep Gibson up as our number 3 guy. Tremblay, I don't like his puck control category, but he had a good year in the AHL. He's ready. He's our goalie of the future. So first, let's get rid of him. He's not going to play. LeShoy, Waterspoon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our D is looking a little bit weak, guys. But I'm hoping that we could do something. Hopefully, our offense is good enough to bail us out. Barzell. Okay, we don't have a number 13 guy. We can check free agency real quick for that. Don't want him to be number 13 guy. What about Lowry? Sure, it could be Adam Lowry. Not even Joel. Who the heck is Joel Lowry? I don't even know who that is. Oh well. So let's get our lines prepared. I'll be back when I have the line. Okay, I got the lines here. The bad news is Del Cole didn't grow any y'all, and that's a little bit of a concern. I don't know if it's because I'm playing him first line and he's a second liner. But we need him to grow this year, essentially. So we're going to go with Del Cole, Tavares, Panarin, the same as last year. Prince, Barzell, rookie year on the second line. Strome, Lee, Killorn, Nelson. I don't see Lee on the team next year because I don't like him, but whatever. Martin, Kazikis, and Clutterbuck. Here's our defense, a little weak, but we're going to hope that we can do something. Power play. For things like this, I split up the 2 snipers, Panarin and Tavares, and put them with playmakers. So that's that. Let's check out our AHL squad. I didn't even do any thing. We want any prospects that we want to make sure they get enough ice time here. Southam. Defensively, Malak, good. He's getting ice time. Manel's getting ice time. Oh yeah, let's make sure that Tremblay is our backup. Now that Boychuk's gone, we have to name a new assistant captain. Panarin seemed like a good choice. So yeah, we'll leave it at Panarin. And I want to get a little bit of simulation done real quick. Long video. Joel Lowry signed on our team. We have a number 13 forward. Let's get the preseason done real quick. Scout assignment. Forwards, United States. I don't want to trade next year's first round pick. I want to keep it and I want to use it. We got to keep the prospect pool decent. I mean, I know we have Foot and we have a few other good prospects. I just realized even if Del Cole stays at 86 overall, hopefully Barzell will turn into a first liner and Del Cole can be second liner because he's got 5-star shooting and puck skills. So he's going to be a good player for us even at 86 overall. So our first game's against Pittsburgh. That's interesting. Good old Pittsburgh Penguins. This is year 4. I think. Yeah, it's year 4. Here's what we did each year. I want to recap. I want to see who won the Stanley Cup in the first 3 years here. Tampa, Pittsburgh, Toronto. Okay. So let's just simulate a little bit here, probably this first month, or what's left of this first month. And I'm hoping, okay, our defense, yep. I knew our defense isn't exactly great, but I'm hoping, and then we get a shutout. That makes plenty of sense. But I'm hoping we can show that our defense can at least hold up. Okay, maybe not. Or is Ben Bishop our problem? Two and 2, okay. I know if this doesn't go very well, then I'm going to get a lot of comments. Why'd you trade away this guy? Why'd you do that? But sometimes you just got to trust in your GM. Let's go. Okay, so our defense hasn't been horrible in the last 3 games. That's good. Come on, let's win this one. 5-3, and then I can at least end this video a little bit happy. Like, okay, we're not 4-4. We have nothing to worry about. 5-3. There we go. Let's do 2 more. Let's get the first 10 games done. We'll look at player stats. I know it's too early to say, okay, this person is not going to have a good year, but we can at least see if there's any obvious people who should be changed on lines. Okay, we started off shaky, allowing 2 games with 7 goals allowed just in our first 3 games, but we've bounced back. Oh boy, Del Cole's injured. 7-3. I want to make sure that Lowry guy's in the NHL. No, he's not. Okay. Our young decor has since the beginning of the season has since gotten better. So let's look at the player stats and we'll call it a video. Call it an episode, call it whatever you want. I was asked if I'm going to do NHL 17 GM mode. If it doesn't suck, then yes. If not, we might have to stay with Legacy. So let's look at forwards here. Barzell, 6 points in 10 games. See, if I played him last year at 81 overall or 80 overall, he'd probably have like 2 points. 6 points on the second line, that's good. Kazikis, no points, that's concerning. Clutterbuck, 2. Del Cole, 8 and 10. Killorn, 9 and 10. I knew I should, if I would have re-signed, oh gosh, who was it? Was there someone I didn't re-sign? Because I remember people saying something. And I said I'd rather spend my money on guys like this. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, Statsny. If I would have re-signed Statsny, I wouldn't have been the Ford Kalorn. And look at him. He's already starting off great this year. Lee, 2 points. I kind of expect that he's not on the power play. But I still want like a little bit more. Matt Martin. So our fourth line, supposed to be the best fourth line in the league. They're not getting the points. 5 from Nelson. 10 from Panarin. 8 from Prince. Strom, 4. That's a little bit low. Tavares only 8, but it's early. And goalies, oh boy, Tremblay. That's not too good. It's okay though, it's early on. We have Gibson if we need to. Still got a winning record, so let's not get too bent out of shape. So that's it for this episode, guys. Let me know what you thought about my moves. Try not to be too harsh because, as you can see, we're 7-3. I try to have the best interest for this team right now and for the future, and try to do it logically. If you want to say something was unrealistic, go ahead. I don't care. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode. Please subscribe. We've been stuck at 543 for a long time. I'd appreciate it. And I guess I'll see you next time.